Search4Hurt, brought to you by RUKSAK. Move with meaning.
Yep, you're good.
So,
yeah.
haven't seen you guys since Ocean Swim Stadium weekend, and then you guys went to Hyrox without me.
Yeah, we did.
Give me a bit of a rundown of how the Hyrox weekend went.
I'll start. I was very, very sick for Hyrox. I was trying to fight a cold or a flu for probably a week beforehand. Took everything under the sun, but it didn't really work. And then I actually ended up being sick for the next month after that. So yeah, it was a bit of a shit show for me, but I got through one race.
And what about you, Miss Calypso? You used your hall pass at King of the Hill.
Yeah, I think if I'd done King of the Hill, I would have ended up injured, or just like, not necessarily injured, but with a period of time afterwards where I'd have to deload a lot to kind of get back on my feet and able to get back up to the intensity of training you need for Hyrox. And I was just kind of exhausted with all the traveling, like constantly to competitions. Like I'd just been in Hamburg. I immediately came back to the trifecta after being in Hamburg, and I've had some other competitions that I've done, and it was just kind of like I was looking forward to having a period of kind of time at home where I could just focus on training.
And that leads us into, how did it go?
Today we're down here at Melbourne. The team are going to be going through Hyrox. We've got singles, we've got doubles lined up. It's going to be absolutely tough. We're going to put them through it and see how they go.
Hyrox is the World Series of Fitness Racing. It's basically a blend of endurance and functional fitness. It comprises of 8 1-kilometre runs, and in between each 1-kilometre run you do some form of functional workout. Whatever happens, A, it's all the same, and B, it always finishes with 100 wall balls, which is the signature finish of Hyrox before you run up that ramp and jump high in the sky for all the cameras and the lights with your name on the big screen, and everyone has a great time. It's the last day today, and it's absolutely pumping in there. The vibe is real.
Calypso and I are kicking it off with the women's pro, followed by the boys, Liam and Cuffe, doing the men's pro a couple of hours later. This week I've done absolutely nothing but laid in bed, but probably rest has been good. I'm very, very sick, so I'm just praying to finish at this point. My best Hyrox is 110. To be honest, today around anything around 115 I'll be really happy with.
I always get under an hour and 5, but it's been a really crazy end of the year for me, so limited training, new jobs. Yeah, it's hard.
Hyrox is always good fun, and I'm sure the body will kick into gear once it's 3, 2, 1, go. Probably the sled push, which I normally really enjoy. I found the sled pretty hard to move, whether I'm weaker or I don't really know.
Burpees, I felt pretty motivated and zoned in just because I felt really good today compared to all the other times I've done a Hyrox, and I think it was that there was like only two lengths, whereas usually there's 4, so it kind of felt like I got to really lock into that rhythm and didn't have to switch it up too many times on corners. was honestly really happy, not just about the time. I was just really happy that I kind of went into it with a positive mindset, executed my plan, and like really came away feeling like I had a good time, and I went as hard as I could. It went well, maybe not as well as I wanted it to. I ended up with a 102.40, which is my second fastest time. So.
Okay. And how far is that off your fastest time?
I was like 38 seconds. My fastest is 102.02. So I wanted a 101 or a 100, and I definitely think that's possible, but I think I went out too conservatively on the running. My running's dropped like a ton since I did my first pro Hyrox.
Obviously, I had low expectations, to be honest, going in. I got 121 and my best is 110, so I was very, very slow, but it was kind of just about survival today.
Hyrox for me was really disappointing, but it was a disappointing way to end the season because I felt like I'd been on the upward trajectory in terms of my performances were sort of getting a little bit better, and my confidence in doing those things again was getting better as well. So it was more just annoying in that regard. I was looking forward to Hyrox because it's something that I know I can actually do. So, but that's life.
So it's been a hot minute since I've seen you. I think it was King of the Hill was the last time we were together.
Yeah.
Melbourne, I let you guys have at it. And Hyrox, mate, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
Give me a little bit of a rundown of how Hyrox for you.
So obviously this is the race that we're all like, I guess even around the world is the one that a lot of people want to do really well at.
I kind of tried to stay with Liam at the start, so that was good. And then he just went off, like straight off the ski erg, he was gone. And I was like, oh well, he was too fast.
I knew what I can do, but then the wheels fell off. And this is the first time, I guess, me running through a Hyrox race ever where just nothing sort of went to plan.
So give us a rundown from the start.
Feel a little bit underprepared. I've trained pretty well for it. I've done heaps of sims. Been a bit busy this time of year, but yeah, I've just been doing a lot of training for it, so hopefully I have PB today. Look, I'm here to push out my best, so we'll see how we go. PB is 113, so I'm hoping around the 105, 108 mark today. I average around 1 hour, so if I can get that 1 hour mark, look, the goal has always been to go under an hour. I don't think I'll get it today, but if I can get under an hour and 5, then I'll be the first person to probably do that not training, because I haven't trained for this in months.
As soon as you pass that line, your chip timer will start.
They always talk about, oh, the sleds don't move, whatever. To the end of the day, it's like, did you prep right? Did you do enough sled pushing? Are you strong enough? You know, all those things run through your head. But got to the sled, the bad boy, he just didn't want to move for me that day. Car started to really start to pull a little bit on the second last push. Went out on my run again, felt fine. I still came back in on the sled pull at a pretty top mark, still within top 20. It wasn't that I couldn't do it, it was just that I had no strength in that right leg. Yeah, and then everything else was just basically hang on for the next hour.
You got this! You got it, Liam! Get it up!
Turn. First you build a dream up just to watch it burn. It's easier to settle for the change, take a few scraps and just walk away. But I still believe when the chips are down, you will find your way up, lifting off the ground. I can see it like a sunrise on the hill. When you make it through the night, you're gonna feel.
Let's go, Cuffe!
Cuffe, you got it.
Come on, Cuffe, it's your last lap. Let's go, you got it.
Let's go, Cuffe.
Just that Hyrox weekend, probably went into it undercut, yeah, and just didn't really think about like the ramifications of how bad you could go if you didn't train enough for it.
Yeah.
And it just showed that that's what can happen. And people say they have bad races, and you know, the elite 15s, they have bad races, they pull out. You know, some of them will get halfway through and go, well, this ain't my day, and I'll just walk out.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna do that.
No.
That's it's not part of my brain. I'll finish it. If I have to finish, I'll go as far as I can until I can't. But that race shouldn't hurt you. You shouldn't get to a point where you can't do that race. King of the hill, yeah, because you just can't keep going.
Yeah.
You're chasing time. You're not racing an event. You're under time constantly. But that event, I just wanted to get it done. Once I knew that I wasn't going to compete, I was like, let's get it done.
Through the other stations, was it a matter of trying to get through it without thinking that you're going to damage your calf more, or were you already throwing your toys out of the cot?
No, I just had to keep going. Like, I think the hardest one was the lunges. You know, that just killed me. Like, I can do lunges, like, you know, and I was, not to say I'm like an elite 15 lunger, but I'm generally doing lunges under 3 minutes. Like,
That's
around that 3 minute mark.
stations.
I literally was like, I know if I fall over, you can get DQ'd. I'm like, should I just fall over?
Yeah, no, pretty good. I went pretty well. I got a 5-minute PB. Didn't get any cramps or anything, so I was able to run mostly all the way, but just crashed on the wall balls, which I said would happen. But other than that, I got a 30-second penalty for going out the farmer's gate and then back in. But other than that, it was really good.
Yeah, so Hyrox went pretty well for me. I got a 5-minute PB, so.
Because that was one you were like not expecting. If you were looking at the schedule and looking at Liam and going, well, I can probably get him here.
Yeah, I think I'm going to lose by 10 minutes. Yeah, right. I literally thought if he gets an hour and 2, that I'll be losing by around 10. So I wanted an hour and 5, but...
What was your PR before that?
13.
Yeah, right. And what'd you come in at?
I came in at an hour and 8, I think.
Okay.
So I was looking for like an hour and 5, but then I blew up on the lunges, but I was the head of Liam, so it's like, I kept trying, and I was like, I can't cramp on the wall balls and then lose this.
All right, post-race, how are you feeling?
Humbled. Yeah, humbled for sure. Yeah, you got to train. I'll come in a bit sick, but I'm not going to blame that. You got to train for it. It's just been, my life's been way too crazy the last month, so.
So what time did you finish up with?
I didn't even look. I haven't even looked at the app to tell you.
We're going to have a look and put it up.
I know it's over an hour. I know I was out there for like an hour and 10.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm like, it got hard. It got harder the longer you're out there. So the people who were, you know, who were coming to do Hyrox and they're not athletes, but they just want to get it done. And they're doing it for an hour. And they're out there for an hour and 20, hour and 30,
But they probably trained for that pace, right? So they're used to it.
But that's hard.
Yeah.
It got harder the longer I was out there. I was like, wow, this is getting harder just because it's so fatiguing. Your body's, you know, at that, like you're just working for a long period of time. And I'm like, I take my hat off to people who go and do that race and know they're not going to do it under an hour and 10. It is physically draining. Yeah. Regardless how fit you are, if you were out there longer than an hour and 10, that is going to drain your energy system. Yeah. So good on them for doing it.
Nice.
So I've made the decision to not do the doubles today, only because I'm sick and I don't think that, I don't think it's going to be worth it for my teammates. I've already organised some handy replacements, and B, to be honest, I just don't want this thing to linger forever. Yesterday was enough of a struggle. It was 10 minutes slower than my best Hyrox, so
I don't really want to go through that again.
I'm excited to be racing with Monique today, who's one of my teammates with my coach over in America.
I'ma keep it going till there ain't nothing left. Going till there ain't nothing. Keep the flame on max. I'ma keep it going till there ain't nothing left. Going till there ain't nothing. Keep the flame on max. I'ma keep it going till there ain't nothing left. Going till there ain't nothing. Keep the flame on max. I'ma keep it going till there ain't nothing left. Going till there ain't nothing. Keep the flame on. Gotta 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 keep the flame on. Keep the flame on.
Yeah, that was race number 2, the women's open doubles, and so I just did that with Monique and Karina. Knowing I was a faster runner and having to take more of the station work was kind of just like stressful, because I knew I had to go as hard as I could. Yeah, that's the best chance of going fast overall. So it was kind of stressful, because I felt like I would let someone else down if I did bad, but it was also awesome and like pushed me to go a lot harder than I would normally, not myself.
It was interesting. She could do a pro solo faster than what we just did, which is crazy. I tried to keep up with her on the runs. There were times when she was pushing me with her finger, like on my back, so that's how I kept pace, which was good. But yeah, that was probably like the toughest Hyrox I've ever done.
Yeah, so what's left? We just have the mixed doubles. So I'll be going with Cuffe, I think. And yeah, we're gonna have a great time out on the race floor once again.
Run me through the court, like what you actually had to do today.
Okay, so you were gonna say, all right, up to you. So then also first station.
So Hyrox is a hybrid fitness race, and there's 8 1-kilometre runs with 8 stations in between.
And it stands for Hybrid Rockstar, so that's what we are.